What is going on, world? Welcome back once again. My name is ZacNovak and this is ZacNovak Plays Games, or Big ZacNovak. In today's video, we got This Week at Bungie. Update 2.0.5 has finally dropped. Some seriously awaited stuff is actually live in Destiny 2. So, before we get into it, let's roll the intros. Let's get straight into it, and I do hope you enjoy. Alrighty, so getting straight into the video, I'm pretty much just going to read verbatim what is on the screen, so sit back, enjoy, and hopefully you guys are actually ready. Most of you guys have probably already jumped in and played some of it, but if not, then this in itself might actually get you to be enticed to maybe come back to Destiny 2 because of some of the changes are actually pretty sweet. So, let's start things off with, they do state, the weapons. Now, Maleficence, or the freaking Thorn 2.0 has had increased explosive shadow detonation damage. It's also got increased damage against Taken and invaders. The Wish Ender Bow has actually had increased base Wish Ender damage. They fixed an issue where Wish Ender's broad-headed perk would not actually activate properly, which would result in a loss of damage. They also change up Wish Ender's Queen's Wrath perk effects are now more readable and consistent. Pretty cool. Trace rifles also now the change up where they spawn with 50 ammo in the crucible. They also now benefit from the following armor perks: auto rifle loader, unflinching auto rifle aim, auto rifle targeting, precision weapon targeting, and auto rifle dexterity. Now they increased sword damage in PvE. They increased fusion rifle damage in PvE. Proximity grenades now have a set penalty to blast radius, which just means that the blast radius and actual damage is going to be the same no matter what. They also reduced the amount of which full choke narrows projection spread. They changed the dynamo and distribution perks. Now players will activate their class ability in proximity to at least one enemy to gain the benefit, and they increased the enemy gain by 20% to compensate slightly for the new requirement. They fixed an issue where dynamo's effect was not scaling based on the player's class type. The distribution perk had this, but it was unintentionally left out of dynamo. So that's pretty cool change. On the general, they increased visibility through a Titan's banner shield for allies. The white nail perk should now no longer occasionally activate before the player achieves the required number of precision hits, which is 3 of course. They also changed up an issue where the Surus regime scope was opaque yellow. They also fixed an issue where Polaris Lancers, the perfect 5th perk, was not triggering. Cool. Now onto combatants. They fixed an issue in general where there was Vex Cyclops that weren't attacking players, which I did state in another video before, which, yeah, go back and watch that. They're not the greatest, not the smartest things, but they fixed an issue where Hive Knights and Taken Vandals were not actually using special abilities, so that's also a change, I guess. On to activities. Now, with Crucible Breakthrough, they decreased attacker respawn time from 7 seconds to 5 seconds after the breaker is deployed. They modified game rules to prevent teams from forcing the round into a stalemate. In the initial fight over the breaker, the teams with the most capture progress, high watermark, will win the breaker if time runs out without any breaker progress present. There will still be overtime if time runs out with progress present, and the breaker will go to the team with current progress at the end of 30 seconds, or to the high watermark if progress reaches 0 with no players on the breaker. While a team is hacking the other team's vault, progress decay accelerates gradually during sudden death for up to 30 seconds, after which the round will end with the moment no attackers are present and the capture zones are empty. So in itself, if the round ends in a draw twice, the match ends in a tie. Neither team will get glory points from this scenario, and win streaks are also maintained. With Gambit, they fixed a few issues, biggest one being the Sleeper Simulant. It now gains less ammo from heavy crates on the wall in Gambit. It's gone down from 4 to 2. The swords now gain more ammo from heavy ammo crates, however, on the wall in Gambit, up from 6 to 12. They fixed an issue where sometimes one team's invading portal would not open. They fixed an issue where sometimes the wrong team would be credited for defeating the Ascendant Prime Evil, which that's happened to me once, which is horrible. They increased the spawn rate of the Ascendant Prime Evil Servitor, which is cool. The Gambit ship and Sparrow are no longer guaranteed drops. With Quitter Protection, they actually changed things up, fixed an issue where matchmaking would sometimes result in players being kicked from Gambit matches, thus triggering Quitter penalties. Quitter penalties in themselves have also been re-enabled, and players will not be immediately suspended on the first match of the day if they quit a match the night before. And they also increased the suspension time to 30 minutes. They also fixed an issue where players could play the Strike the Corrupted with 6-player fire teams, which is kind of cool, but hey, Bungie can do that stuff. Anyway. Onto items and economy. Now starting things off with the exotic duplicate weighting. When players receive an exotic, Bungie will take into account all exotics a player has found and weight them against other exotics they have yet to acquire. This lowers a player's chances of receiving exotics they already own. Now exotics that players do not own yet or actually are individually weighted much higher than those said duplicates, and when receiving duplicate exotics the player is more likely to earn armor pieces as these have randomly rolled perks. They did remove quest exotic from the exotic engram pool, these following being Worldline 0, Ace of Spades, Wish Ender, 1000 Voices, Maleficence, Thorn 2.0, Lord of Wolves, and the Chaperone. And the big one, enhancement course. Well, they've been renamed from Masterwork course. They are now enhancement course. They are now also rewarded from scrapper bounties and 6 of the spider's weekly bounties, and enhanced course will be more viable in the loot feed. Now they also changed up general things with Banshee 44 now accepts up to 25 gunsmith material at a time. They removed hold time for spider's material exchange interactions. They increased the stack size of ghost fragments from 10 to 20. They reduced shaded dismantle time from 1 second to 0.25 seconds. Fixed an issue where the secret victories emblem was used in the wrong tracker description. It now correctly displays as Ascendant chests looted. They also changed the requirements of the Queen's Bounty Purification Ritual, which has now been clarified and lists the target as Abyssal Champions instead of Sword-Bearing Knights, and Raid Challenge bounties now rotate in a fixed round-robin fashion, so one after another after another after another. Now Nightfall rewards have also changed, with Nightfall unique rewards now dropping more consistently, and the players no longer actually have the problem where actually going without a unique drop doesn't cause anything. If you do not receive a unique drop from a Nightfall, the higher the chances of receiving said unique drop next time on the actual next Nightfall completion, and the chances reset once the player receives any Nightfall unique reward. And they also changed for PC, general text chat auto fade can now be toggled on or off in the gameplay settings menu. When turned off, text chat will never automatically fade out after any period of time of inactivity. That's pretty much it. That has been this week at Bungie. That has been the update 2.0.5. This has been ZacNovak. Let me know in the comments down below, what are you guys more hyped about, most hyped or most really happy about? I myself, let's just scroll up a bit. Let's just scroll up. Where is it? Where are we? What are we talking about? The enhancement course. That's the big one that I'm really excited about, just because, well, freaking, we can now actually infuse things without really having to even worry. We can also go ahead and actually tier up our things at tier 10. So that's pretty freaking sweet. Let me know in the comment section what you guys are really hyped about. Let me know if you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, do all the good stuff, and I'll be Charlotte Garrett. He was Ed Sharon. But until next time, this is ZacNovak. Signing off. Peace out.